Henry David Thoreau published Walden, a nonfiction account about his life in the woods in 1854. That book is still inspiring people today. Neil Persley introduces us to a Robbinsdale artist who added her vision to the story.
I went to school for interior architecture, so I have a big background in art.
Robbinsdale resident Heather Renne is a multi-talented individual.
But my profession is not as an artist. That's very much a hobby for me.
Nevertheless, she has proven herself a gifted illustrator, completing a project combining her favorite book with a beloved passion.
I am a big advocate for the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of Minnesota, so I used to volunteer there a lot. Also a big book lover. This has been my favorite book since I was 13. I discovered it. I was looking for my next art project, and I decided to put two and two together to see if I could illustrate an edition. When I found out that Walden was in the public domain, found out anybody could publish any version of it if they wanted, and I thought that would be a really fun project.
Thoreau would approve.
And decided to do it as a project to raise money for the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of Minnesota.
She began last April and wrapped it up in October.
And I would say I worked on it almost every day, but just for an hour or two.
The book is available online and at events that Renne does signings at. Heather believes the book's message is still relevant.
The fact that it's on kind of autonomy and self-sustenance, I think it really rings true right now too. Just people depending and relying on themselves more than other agencies to support them and to kind of get out there and experience your freedom.
I lived alone in the woods, a mile away from any neighbor, in a house I had built myself on the shore of Walden Pond.
Would you ever go Thoreau and just go live in the woods?
I think about it every day. I'd like to. I would like to someday.
In Robbinsdale, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Heather Renne will be at the open house at the Wildlife Rehab Center of Minnesota on February 2nd, signing and selling copies to raise money for the center.